For today's cup of coffee with scream.
Oh,
Aries season.
oh,
For the next 200 years or more.
Oh, you put it back. That needs to be put back.
And we've got all these different alignments that are happening, going to happen. Somebody was talking about stellium. That's the advanced astrology. You'll have to find some of the big brain people on that. But make sure that they've got it right, because there's a lot of people out there that are saying that they're astrologers that are not, and they're telling people wrong.
Uh-huh.
And I appreciate Crone Ranger, because over on X, if somebody posts something that's not right, she'll call their hand on it. I appreciate that greatly. I love her. She's been a staple lately. I mean,
yeah,
because she understands. There's so many people that understand. Everybody is so overstimulated, overwhelmed, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those that radio silence. It's the only thing that I know to do when it gets that overwhelming is just withdraw more. Which is, I don't know if that's healthy or not, but I got out of Walmart without an assault charge. I was wondering there for a minute. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
When I'm quoting, as far as Alice's restaurant, about the photographs, you all know, you all understand.
And here I am thinking about Tom's Diner.
Oh God, which made me feel worse. But just shit. And it's like, of course, all this. It would be this during this time that I have to transport people.
Mm-hmm.
And God love him, oldest kid yesterday had an appointment in Bristol, and I had been dreading it because you said that there was construction going on.
Yeah.
One of the folks that I follow over on X, who is a truck driver, he was like, yeah, they got a lot of construction. I'm like, shit.
And it's always during this time that they're like, oh yes, let's do everything at once.
Uh-huh.
But whoever runs Bristol anyhow, they don't know what they're doing.
It looks like they would try to coordinate some of these things.
No.
And it's
remember,
like,
these are the same people that denied the Pinnacle being built on the Virginia side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they decided to build the falls, and that has floundered ever since.
Yeah. Yeah. Needlessly so, because they have Lowe's up there, and they have, what is it, Aldi's?
Aldi's, yeah.
And
but there's
Hobby Lobby, and
there's plenty of spots that they're like, oh yes, let's build this on top of a fucking quarry.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's rock.
Well, you want to build on rock. You do want to build on rock. At least it's not a graveyard, like lots of things around here.
Yeah.
But God love him, kid had changed insurance carriers.
Yeah, he did.
And we make the drive down there. They no longer accept the new insurance.
Ain't that some shit?
And everybody is having such a hard time with the bureaucracy and the bullshit. And just to look at it and go, hey, we're here. We'll go ahead and do an outing, which we did. We went to a wonderful little store that has all kinds of Amish goods. I got a log of butter.
Mm-hmm.
That log of butter will last quite a while.
The butter log.
It is good butter. And they have all kinds of spices, different things like that. And it's like, so the exhaustion of having to deal with traffic, because you talk about some PTSD, and people drive like idiots because everybody else is escalated and doing random stupid.
Yeah, we shit. On our way back home, we almost
I ain't got to that. That was yesterday. We ain't got to today yet. So had to go back out today because 2 in a row was just too much, but it had to be done. And coming home.
Yeah, coming home, we about T-boned somebody.
Nuh-uh. That ain't what happened.
They pulled out in front of us.
That's not... We were going along, there was a line of traffic on the other side. I mean, several cars. I mean, like, maybe 5, 7 cars. We're driving straight, and somebody pulls across the road right in front of us.
Yeah. Hence, we almost T-boned them because they did something stupid.
They would, to T-bone somebody, we would have hit them in the side. They would have hit us. And it probably would have been head on. So, police reports, you have to be precise on these things. You really do. It was not, I mean, it just was astounding. And kids like, why didn't you blow the horn? I didn't have time.
Yeah, I guess he didn't, but I don't know. They were right there in front of us.
Right. I mean, it was just random. He just came out of that line of traffic, went right across the road right in front of us.
It's was just crazy. People have been shit. I can't say anything. And I was looking, and then all of a sudden he was there, and then and then he wasn't. I about pulled out in front of a cop. Right there in town. It's just crazy. It really has been crazy.
This is one of those
And then
times.
other people doing, like, pulling out, doing that stupid, like, sudden moves or whatever. Randomness.
Check, and double check.
People have been running stoplights.
Yeah. Well, and it was interesting because we had listened to Stefan Burns, and I'll put a link to that, and he was talking about some of the alignments coming up. But also, as far as solar activity, there is this ginormous coronal hole. I mean, it's huge. And how that's affecting Mars, which is in Aries. Yeah. And he had shown this image of Mars, and it's like there were these, places on it, spaces on it, these protuberances on it. And I told Kid, I said, what does that look like to you? And it looked
Zits.
honestly like boils or zits.
Acne.
Because you've got irritation, inflammation, and that includes skin. And
and that's been cropping up.
Uh-huh.
Been dealing with some skin issues.
Well, it's like we saw somebody at the Wall of Mart that's dear to us. She works there, and we just love her. And God love her, she has rosacea. And her little face was so inflamed. And just cooling. It's like it's just cooling foods, cooling everything. Try to cool yourself down.
Yeah.
There's this man in Japan that plays the handpan. And his music soothes me. It truly does. I need one of those. I need that on a continuous 24-hour loop.
You have to cool yourself on a energetic level and a physical level.
Yeah.
It's like, I did that for the yard work and ended up getting sunburnt.
Yeah.
Still burnt. It hurts. It
Things
stings.
like cucumbers are cooling, different things like that.
Cooling drinks, stuff like that.
Mint is cooling. So just try not to add to.
Put ice in your drinks.
If you like the ice or whatever, but
Ice, baby.
maybe I need to start doing some of the iced coffees here over this.
The cold brews.
Maybe. And it's like we got Doggo over there. He's my God.
crunching.
Yes, he's found a bone. But it's better than him gnawing on us.
I was looking at those, speaking of the cooling, while we were at the Wall of Marts. We were, like, right there at the fan section. And I saw some of the, like, pocket fans that they had. And I'm like, need that at the register.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because when you're moving a lot, you heat up.
You do. I know that there was that one lady, and she had that little fan thingy that went around her neck.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the things that was over there. And I'm like, that would be easy. That'd be so simple.
Yeah.
And I don't think they would be upset about me wearing that.
I don't think they would care. I really don't, because something like that is not going to affect your performance at work. And Doggo is now.
He's choking on bone bits that he's hoiking.
The animals and stuff, that has been interesting just to observe. That's during radio silence, it's me observing a lot, because that's what I do. And like I said, just trying to not be drawn in. And that is something that I have noticed. It's like somebody else's drama. You do you. I do not have to be involved in your drama.
Right. That's when you focus on yourself and you don't focus on what other people are doing. And you try to go with the flow. You try to bob and weave when necessary. And not let that shit just water off a duck's back. Water off a duck's back.
But it will piss people off. Because they've got their drama and they want to drag other people in. And I don't, it's like, no, I ain't playing that. I'm not playing that. And it's like, God love her, my mother, the whole way down and back, negative. And has just been hypersensitive to negative stuff. There's a lot of the stuff, the podcasters that I used to listen to, I can't, it's just too much for too long.
Yeah. You can't do that shit. You cannot have a steady diet of that stuff.
And that was one of the things, and everybody rehashing the same stuff. It's like there'll be 2 or 3 stories and everybody is covering the same 2 or 3 stories.
Well, that's what they do. They all hop on the bandwagon.
If you've heard it once, why do you need to hear it 3 or 4 more times?
Because other people may have differing opinions. They may have more to add as far as commentary that's valuable. Some of them do not.
The only thing was, as far as Johnny Smalley, and we did listen to Asmongold's take. We listened to somebody else talk about only 6 months. That's not enough time for that man.
No, we listened to somebody else. I cannot remember his name.
I don't even know who it was either, but we wanted to hear
then we
what
listened to
had.
Osmongold, and then there was Legal Mindset that he talked about.
Yeah, well, he was on.
That he was reacting to the thing, but he's involved in a way.
Yes. Because he wants Johnny Smalley to be held accountable. And if you're not familiar with Johnny Smalley, he's one of these live streamers.
Yeah.
And basically he's made a nuisance of himself, not just here in America. He went over to Japan and made a nuisance of himself. Then he went to Korea and decided to, and some of the things that he has done were just ridiculous.
Nuisance streamers are very much a real thing, and that is their objective of being a streamer, is to be a nuisance, a public nuisance, to be a degenerate. Live.
That needs to be squashed. And how you squash that is to penalties. So the people, it's no longer lucrative for them to do that. But Johnny Smalley, I mean, he was so disrespectful of the Korean people and the cultures and different memorials and stuff. And it's like caning. I think there should have been caning involved in it.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not just community service, basically.
Well,
it's not community service, but
it was 6 months of labor. And I don't know what their version of hard labor is.
Factory work is one of them.
It was interesting that over there, the defense can appeal a decision.
Yeah.
So the defense can appeal and say, no, this is not long enough to teach him a lesson.
But either way, even if the defense did it would still be 6 months before they got to, right?
No, that's if he appeals. Or it's like, what did I say? The defense, that is his defense. No, the prosecution can appeal.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. So
Yeah. kids
That's more than
right.
likely going to be happening.
Now, he's been over there for like a year that they wouldn't let him leave because he was a flight risk. And that he had made horrible statements about the judge and everything else. This is someone who is 20-some years old and does not understand. He doesn't believe there's any consequences to his actions. And that has happened for a long time.
Yeah.
That you had people that did these horrendous things.
Well, it's like he went to Korea not knowing exactly what their legal system was. He had no idea. He thought it was going to be like a trip to Japan where they gave him a slap on the wrist because they don't want to be whatever over there in Japan.
Right.
But Korea is a whole different animal. Different.
He didn't think that there would be any consequence.
That's
We've
what I'm
got
saying.
people here that doesn't believe there's any consequence.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he thought it was going to be like Japan, where there basically was no consequence, or these other places that he has went that has had no consequence.
Right.
And it's like, no, Korea is a different animal.
It is. And so, but 6 months is not sending a strong enough message, not only to him, but to other people who would follow in his footsteps.
Yeah.
And this is what's been happening with the legal system. Our legal system is broken here in America, in case you haven't been paying attention. And other places too. That you've got certain groups that get overly punished, and some groups that don't get any punishment. God is still God. Very it's one of those that I'm waiting for. Yeah. When that hammer falls, it ain't going to be pretty.
No. A certain family member has been predicting that it's more than likely going to be happening. Like the tribulation is going to start around like 2030.
There's a lot of people that's been talking about the 2030. That was the agenda of the globalists, that they wanted to do all this stuff. I don't know that I would go by. I don't like date setters. I really don't. But a lot of that stuff was supposed to be the 2030 agenda. Who knows? I mean, if you want to go down those rabbit holes.
I don't know where he's getting his information, but he drinks tap water, so I don't. City tap water, so I don't.
Oh, something that I found out yesterday that it did shock me, because some people's work you will follow for a period of time, and especially if it is somebody that does the deep dives on, and I hate to call them conspiracy theories, they're dot connectors. And there was a lady that I think she may have been Dutch or something like that, and File of the Cabal was the name of the program. You can still find it over on BitChute as far as I know. And her deep dives were the point that I needed a schematic. I didn't realize it, but she died in 2023. And when I saw that on X yesterday, I mean, I'm like,
no!
Yeah. I didn't realize, because like I said, I got sort of lost in the weeds on her work, and that they did say that she had OD'd, but she had made statements that she did not, as far as self-harm.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that she was revealing, it was most interesting.
She hit the beehive.
Yeah.
And the beehive got her.
Yeah. That's what. And these scientists involved with like nuclear fission and stuff like that, and possibly the UFOs. Another one had disappeared there the other day. I think it's like 10 now.
10 scientists?
Yeah.
If people don't find that suspicious, I mean, everybody that has been paying attention finds that suspicious.
There's stuff that happens, and this is the overload. There's not enough people paying attention, and the people that do pay attention can't right now.
Yeah.
There for years, a lot of the natural paths were mysteriously dying.
The what? Natural paths?
Mm-hmm.
You talking about the people like the herbalists?
Mm-hmm.
Making good medicines?
Uh-huh.
Shit.
Yeah. That was quite a few years ago. So,
Well, they've been
it's
trying to
just,
get rid of people like that for a minute because they hinder their agenda.
yes. So the agenda is to simply observe and read and try to be still during this period of time. And that, yeah, this would be a good time if you have access to, swimming, indoor pools. I mean, some days it's warm around here, some days it's not.
Listen, I'm going to be saving up for a pool. Going to be saving up.
But that is where
We need one.
that cooling, that soothing to try to balance out that fire. Gardening, because that's earth energy, that can help, balance off some of that stuff.
Yeah. This dog needs some earth energy.
He does. Kid was going to take him outside and it was raining.
Yeah. Ain't that
It
some
wasn't
shit?
even supposed to rain today.
So it's like, what the fuck is up with that it started raining?
I don't know. But Stefan Burns was talking about as far as earth events, possible volcanoes and different things like that, with all that fire energy, things moving. So volcanic eruptions,
The tectonic plates, they're shifting.
yeah, all that stuff. But just interesting. But anytime that you don't hear from us, see us, prayers, always prayers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we're honest enough to, I mean, some of these people act like it don't hit them. Well, hell yeah, it's hitting us square between the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every conceivable way.
It hits you. It hits you hard.
Let us know how you all are doing. Share knowledge that you have. That's always appreciated because different people study different things, they hear different things, and when we share that edifies everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some wonderful people that share things on, across the different places where we are.
Yeah, we do. We get a lot of good information from good people.
We have wonderful people, and we appreciate all the prayers and the support. It's very needed and very appreciated.
Yeah.
You want to tell the people where we can be found?
Yeah, you can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also, check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, at Rolanda, COCWS. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good.
Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll be back as soon as we can get back. I mean, it truly is a Lord willing, day by day thing right now. So we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep.
Bye.